You're watching Mashindo's hometown station, HTV1.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our text shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
From Mashindo's news leader, this is HTV1 News at noon.
The curve may be flattening, but the case counts continue to grow, and officials say that the precautions must continue. Well, good afternoon, Mashindo. I'm Scott Pienta. Taking a look at the latest numbers as of yesterday afternoon, there are now 37 residents who have tested positive in Branch County and 2 deaths. According to WTVB, there are now 112 confirmed cases at the Lakeland Correctional Facility, which has now reported its 6th death, making 4 fatalities at the prison since Wednesday. Lakeland now has the highest death count of any facility in the Michigan Department of Corrections. Parnell Correctional Facility in Jackson is the second on that list with 5 deaths. 15 Lakeland prisoners are now recovering in a step-down unit, and 26 Lakeland staffers all tested positive as well. Still no word on how many of those live locally. Hillsdale County now reports 90 cases and 11 deaths. Lenawee County is up to 64 cases and no deaths and 25 people recovering. Overall, the state of Michigan now reports 3,237 people recovered from COVID-19 statewide. Steuben County now shows 17 cases and 1 death. Williams County now has 8 cases and 1 death. Fulton County is now up to 17 cases and no deaths. Progress has been made on the converting a former funeral home into a senior center in Union City. But then, well, the coronavirus happened. This is a look inside as WTVB says work has slowed down on the old Putnam Funeral Home building due to Michigan's stay-at-home order, but village officials are hoping the project can still stay on track. Senior Center Chair Steve Searles has cleaned up the floors and added primer to the walls while the committee approved the purchase of the new ceiling materials and other work. New lighting is also in the plans. The project has also received assistance from the local Rotary Club and the American Legion. For the second straight month, the Coldwater School Board has canceled its scheduled meeting due to the pandemic. That meeting was scheduled to take place on April 27th, but WTVB says the board had put it off because the district buildings are closed. Their next meeting is scheduled for May 18th. No word on whether or not they will be held online or by phone. Yet another school prom has been canceled. The Village Reporter says Pettysville School Board had made that decision last week. They still hope to have some kind of a celebration for the students once school social distancing rules are lifted. Post-prom donors are being contacted in case they would like to like a refund or would like to donate that money to other endeavors. The board is still making plans about commencement. They're also formalizing plans for finishing out the rest of the school year if Ohio schools do not reopen. Google Classroom will be used for class time and teachers will still have office hours. Pettisville High School will still receive letter grades due to scholarships and class ranking requirements, but the junior high school will be marked pass or fail for the 4th quarter. The board also approved the retirements of 2 members and the hiring of a second on-bus instructor, as well as the purchase of a new school bus. Branch County's food supply companies are operating as essential businesses and taking precautions amidst the coronavirus outbreak. Well, that's the word from the Branch County Economic Growth Alliance as WTVB reports that the organization is trying to reassure the public that some of the county's largest employers are still up and running while being cautious to stop the spread of the coronavirus. The Alliance says that the businesses like Clemens Food Group, the Walmart Distribution Center, Masradi Produce, and Conagra Foods are all operating safely and efficiently as demand remains high. Clemens Executive Director on Operations Joe Hughes says that the CDC recommended safety procedures are all in place at his facility, including mandatory temperature checks, PPE, rapid response, deep cleaning teams, and limited visitors. Clemens is the second largest employer in the Branch County with over 900 employees. Now, Paul Masradi, CEO of Masradi Produce, says that the employees are all working from home where possible. On-site operations have updated cleaning and sanitation procedures, shift schedules, and workspace policies. Several small businesses in Lenawee County have received funding through state grants and loans thanks to the Michigan Economic Development Corporation's Small Business Relief Program. According to the Daily Telegram, $100,000 in low-interest loans and $87,000 in grants have been divided among 20 area businesses selected by Lenawee Now. 18 grants and 2 loans were awarded, with the average grant being about $5,000. Over 150 applications were taken in Lenawee County, totaling about $4.5 million in requests. The state-funded Small Business Relief Program distributed some $20 million total across small businesses across Michigan, with the amount allocated to each county by population. Unfortunately, Lenawee Now Executive Director Jim Van Doren says that there was not enough funding available to help all applicants simply because the pandemic has hit the state so hard. But the organization is still working with local, state, and national partners to try to find relief for local small businesses. Lenawee Now Operations Director Tim Robinson says that there's still work to do to help businesses navigate the operations. You can find out more at lenaweenow.org/COVID-19. A quick update about a drive-through testing clinic we told you about last week. According to WLKI, the Indiana State Department of Health has extended the dates for the clinic at Ivy Tech Community College's Coliseum campus in Fort Wayne. That clinic will now until Wednesday this week, or until testing supplies run out. They'll be operating from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Indiana residents who are healthcare workers, first responders, and essential workers who show symptoms of the novel coronavirus are eligible for testing. Also eligible are Indiana residents with symptoms and underlying medical conditions who live with an essential worker. Testing is limited to 1 person per vehicle, and you'll have to show state-issued identification. While it's not a test in and of itself, Parkview Health has a coronavirus symptoms checker available for free online. WLKI says the interactive tool allows patients to complete a self-assessment, then direct them to the appropriate care. According to the Parkview's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Joshua Klein, the health system recognizes that people have concerns and questions about COVID-19. Now, most people have mild symptoms that don't require medical care or testing, and the symptom checker will allow you to receive direction in just a few clicks. Parkview previously had an online screening page, but the new symptom checker has been updated with the latest clinical guidance and more options. You can find it at parkview.com/COVID-19 symptom checker. Of course, Klein recommends everyone that's not in the replacement for the medical care, and anyone experiencing any urgent medical situation should go to an emergency room or call 911. Well, still ahead, all 3 states in the Meshendo area are eyeing May 1st as a date for easing back emergency orders. But what will that look like? And Michigan is giving bars and liquor stores more time to sell things back to the Liquor Control Commission. Well, you're watching HTV1 News at noon.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety-packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
Well, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has announced that some businesses in the Buckeye State could begin reopening on May 1st, but he cautioned that it's not going to be an overnight recovery. According to the Bryan Times and the Associated Press, DeWine said on Thursday that social distancing, surface cleaning, frequent hand washing, and wearing of masks must continue. He said that while he understands the importance of getting the economy back up and running, the public has to do all it can do to ensure that there are no future spikes in COVID-19 infections, and adding if the transition is mishandled, the consequences will be horrendous. On Friday, DeWine clarified that we must continue to assume that everyone is infected because it's not going away until a vaccine is developed. He stressed the need to balance the economic recovery with the public health. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer also plans to launch a slow reopening of the Great Lakes state economy on May 1st. The Associated Press says that while Whitmer did not specifically identify which sectors will continue operations, she did say that the soft relaunch will take place in phases. The state's stay-at-home order is scheduled to expire on April 30th, and the state legislature is expected to meet to determine the next steps to take, as they previously voted not to extend Whitmer's emergency authority powers beyond that date. Whitmer says she's talking with business leaders about safe practices and the geographical issues a relaunch could encounter, as Michigan has many regions and types of businesses where some people travel more than others to get to work. She says she'll continue to provide details in multiple news conferences this week. The governor made that announcement on Friday before President Trump tweeted that Michiganders should, quote, liberate their state, and two others led by Democratic governors, despite some Republican governors like Ohio's Mike DeWine and Indiana's Eric Holcomb issuing similar emergency orders. Now, those tweets have stirred up dissent among conservatives against those states and drawn criticism from many others for a seemingly violent tone. And speaking of Governor Holcomb, he has announced that the Indiana stay-at-home order will continue until May 1st as well, according to WLKI. The Hoosier state leader says the date will not necessarily be an end to the directive, but his team will continue to assess the situation and may tweak the order from time to time. Now, Holcomb thanked the public on Friday for what he called 99.99% compliance with the order and social distancing rules. He says he's working with local government and business leaders across the state to determine how best to move forward. There's now an extra week available for Michigan bar and restaurant owners to sell their spirits back to the Michigan Liquor Control Commission. The application deadline has now been extended to Friday, April 24th at 5 p.m. Governor Gretchen Whitmer issued an executive order allowing that buyback for liquor licenses whose businesses have been affected by coronavirus pandemic and the state's emergency measures. Over 6,000 on-premises licenses have been notified of their eligibility and given instructions on how to apply. More news at noon is on the way. We have an update on Friday's house fire in Coldwater Township. Plus, one local fire department is putting up some unspent money towards paying their volunteers. And the Coldwater Planning Commission is talking pot shops tonight. We'll tell you how you can join in right after this.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our text shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Well, crews from several fire departments battled a kitchen fire in an Adrian apartment over the weekend. WLEN says it happened around 7 p.m. Saturday evening in the Rivers Bend neighborhood off Beecher Street. The lobby area had only had a light haze of smoke, but that got thicker once firefighters got into the apartment and found flames in the kitchen. The small blaze was quickly put out. Adrian Fire Captain Eddie Mathis said on the building's smoke alarms did not go off, posing a risk to the fire spreading to the rest of the building. He stressed the importance of regularly testing smoke alarms. No one was home and no injuries were reported, but the 3 dogs were saved from the fire. The cause is still under investigation. We have an update on that fire in Sanford Road and Coldwater Township from Friday morning. The Daily Reporter says 2-story farmhouse was being renovated by a tenant who was living with his wife in a camper behind the home. The wife spotted smoke when she walked into the garage extension at the back of the house. The husband tried to put out the fire with an extinguisher until Coldwater firefighters arrived around 7:30 a.m. Didn't take long to knock down the blaze, but crews had to tear open its interior walls and parts of the metal roof to get to the hot spots. The majority of the damage was limited to the rear kitchen area, but the tenant lost most of his tools. Teams from the Coldwater and Quincy switched off due to the snow and cold until the last unit left the scene around 10 a.m. The fire is still under investigation. The money was there, so they put it to good use. The Daily Reporter says the Quincy Fire Association decided Thursday to use surplus funding from the 2018-2019 budget to pay their 20 volunteer firefighters for manning the station full-time during the coronavirus pandemic. $23,070 was left over from last year's budget. And the estimated total payroll cost through May 1st is roughly $19,590. Village Manager Brittany Butler authorized the full-time staffing in early March after Governor Gretchen Whitmer began issuing emergency orders. Butler said that the firefighters deserved more than that usual $25 per run, as many of them are otherwise out of work at the moment. She told the fire board that the staffing has allowed the department to catch up on maintenance, stay on top of vehicle sanitization, training, and to respond on a moment's notice. 4 firemen and a driver are all assigned to each shift. A day shift employee working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. receives about $71 per shift, or a total of $500 per week. The night shift gets about $36 per shift, or about $250 per week. If you're interested in the zoning process for recreational marijuana in Coldwater, tonight's the night to call in to the Coldwater Planning Commission. The Daily Reporter says the commission will be considering draft ordinances based on the public input that would locate retail sales around the I-69 corridor and put growth and processing facilities in industrial areas. Pot shops would have to 1,000 feet away from schools and 500 feet away from any residential zones. The shops would also have to be 1,000 feet apart from each other. City Planner Dean Walrick has previously stated that those requirements would allow 7 licenses in I-69 area, but there would likely be fewer than that. If the Planning Commission approves the ordinances, they'll go to the City Council. That meeting takes place tonight at 5:30. If you want to give a public comment, you can call one of these 2 numbers. First number is 877-853-5357. The other number is 888-475-4499. Now you'll need the meeting ID number. Now that is 742-0999-0882. Now you may be asked for participant ID, but that's not required. If you want to just watch the meeting, you can go to bid.ly/coldwatervideo and click on the Planning Commission meeting on the April 20th, 2020. It falls on 4/20. In Adrian, there's a public hearing scheduled for tonight, City Commission hearing, and that's all about the city's budget. The Daily Telegram says the big concern is what revenue coming in is from the state is going to look like due to the coronavirus pandemic. The budget is, as proposed, totals about $32.8 million and looks similar to last year's budget with a reduction of about $300,000 in capital projects. The one specific category that could be on the chopping block is road projects, and the city administration, Nathan Bird, says that the gas taxes, where the most road funding likely comes from, is likely going to be down due to Michigan's stay-at-home order. Currently, $2 million is being budgeted for paving and construction projects in the next fiscal year. But if revenue drops, Bird says that some road projects may just have to be put off, telling the commission that's what he's concerned where there will be budget amendments. He wants the city's leaders to think about this as more of the interim budget, saying that there is no telling what the pandemic-affected numbers will look like. The city is currently under budget, and Bird says any unspent money will go to the city's fund balance, which could be used if finances get tight. If you want to participate in tonight's meeting, it'll be taking place at 7 p.m. You can access it on Zoom with the meeting ID 925-1066-2032 and password 356590. Or you can call in at 312-626-6799 with the same meeting password ID and password. The budget will be voted on at the Commission's May 4th regular meeting. A quick reminder that the City of Coldwater will be flushing fire hydrants this week. You should keep an eye on the city's social media pages for updates on their progress. As usual, you may notice some discoloration in your water as they go through the city. It's safe to drink, but you should slowly run cold water through your faucets until water starts turning clear again. You should also avoid doing any laundry while the hydrants in your neighborhood are being flushed. If you have any questions, you can call the Coldwater City office at 279-9531. Sports, that's right, sports is next here on HTV1 News at Noon. Stick around.
El Cerrito's variety-packed menu has something for everyone. With generous servings and lots of flavor, you'll think of it as a fiesta for your taste buds. Dine in or carry out at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Well, believe it or not, we actually have some sports for you. That's right. Some local athletes are getting recognition from their league and the State Hall of Fame. The Coldwater Daily Reporter says the South Central Athletic Conference has announced their basketball all-conference teams. Locally, earning SEAA girls first team honors are McKenna Banbury of Hillsdale Academy, Camden Frontiers' Dakota Sigler, Chloe Cromwell of Athens, Pittsford's Sarah Cole, Camden's Jocelyn Nichols, Damari Davenport of Athens, Hillsdale Academy's Anna Roberts, and Camden's Rayanne Van Aken. Honorable mentions went to Litchfield's Jocelyn Rue, Hillsdale Academy's Kiera Weldon, Morgan Burke of Waldron, Jocelyn Hall of Athens, Mary Adams of North Adams Jerome, Jalen McCaffrey of Litchfield, Camden Frontiers Claire Tyler, Emma Cook of Teconcha, Waldron's Colleen Belcher, Adrian Asminger of North Adams Jerome, Leanne Harry of Teconcha, Kiara Johnson of Burr Oak, Haley Forbes of North Adams Jerome, Litchfield's Marissa Wilson, and Colin's Ashley Valance. And that's the girls' MVP is Hillsdale Academy's McKenna Banbury. On the boys' side, local athletes of the Hall of the All SCAA first team: Trey Follis of Camden Frontier, Brennan McNeil of Camden Frontier, Hillsdale Academy's Lucas Tharp, and Austin Stoll of Colin. On the second team, Andrew Chavez of Athens, Camden's Randy Lawson, Tommy Smith of Hillsdale Academy, Jacob Newcomb, Hillsdale Academy, Pittsford's Josh Logan, Pittsford's Ural Grokowski, Hunter Duke of Litchfield, Philip Alva of Colin, and Waldron's Craig Court. Getting honorable mentions are Ivan Roach of Athens, Tom Schroeder of Athens, Teconcha's Draper Charez, Owen Brown of Camden Frontier, Jacob Crutch of Hillsdale Academy, Litchfield's Owen Signer, and Hunter Spieth of Litchfield, Litchfield's Hayden Duke, Jonathan West of Colin, Bryce Johnson of North Adams Jerome, and Waldron's Noah Klepper. MVP honors went to Carlson Betts of Bellevue. Congratulations to all of the honorees. The Michigan Sports Hall of Fame is voting on this year's inductees, and on the ballot is none other than Coldwater's native Sandy Jo Shirey. The Daily Reporter says the pro bowling icon was born in Coldwater and began her career on the lanes at the age of 4. She won a total of 10 Professional Women's Bowling Association national titles. Shirey is one of 5 American women to win the all-events gold medal at the Women's 10-Pin Bowling Association World Championships. And she's the only American woman to win that award between 1979 and 1999. Now, she was also the first amateur to win the Ladies Professional Bowling Tour National Tournament after taking wins at the 1989 South Bend Classic and the 1990 Ebonite Open. Shirey is also in the Coldwater Hall of Fame. She has 2 kids currently bowling for Coldwater High School. Voting in that Michigan Sports Hall of Fame is open to the public through April 30th. Now, you can find a ballot at michigansportshof.org. And finally, the Swanton Enterprise says Swanton High School and many other schools across the Northwest Ohio plan on lighting up their stadiums at 8:20 tonight, or 2020 in military time, to honor this year's graduating class. It's just another way local communities are rallying around their neighborhoods as the coronavirus pandemic continues to affect our lives. No one will actually be in the stadium, but the public is ensuring to turn on their porch lights at the same time for 20 minutes to join in the celebration. Well, those are the today's top stories. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for HTV1 News at noon. Don't forget, you can find more local news on our live broadcast streams 24/7 at htv1.net. For all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon and have a good day. Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.